to Davia Rivka and her project, which is called Being in Action, Social Change from the Inside Out. Are you impressed? I got it all.
Totally.
Davia is one of our idea coaches and is a dear personal friend of mine, so I'm excited to share her with you. And she also is on the board of ICFLA and is aspiring to be president of ICFLA. That's the International Coach Federation in Los Angeles one of these days. She's a remarkable and outstanding woman in many ways, but specifically as a coach and as a leadership trainer. And she is the author of a really great book called Up to Something Big. And I would just like to have you help me welcome Davia Rivka.
Glasses on, glasses up. Okay, if I weren't being watched by the eye of the camera, go glasses on. Hi. Very sweet to be here with you. So right now the project is called Being in Action, Social Change from the Inside Out. The name's going to change, and maybe that's one thing that you could support me with. I want to start by saying 3 things are true. The first is that we're facing immense challenges in the world today. The second thing is that the way that we've primarily gone about facing those challenges is through what I'm calling a masculine-centered paradigm. That's the second thing. The third thing is that what's missing is the feminine perspective on how to face these changes. So 3 more things are true. Women are now more educated, more independent, more autonomous, in more positions of authority than they've ever been in any time in recorded history. Yes. The second thing is that in spite of the advances we've made, we still defer, we still hold ourselves back, and we are still not equal players at the table, the world stage table for social change. And the third thing is that in our isolation, we think that it's a personal issue. It's not a personal issue, it's a cultural issue. And it's now time for women to step forward and be big players on the world stage. As a coach, my clients are primarily women leaders who are committed to social change. They're executive directors who head nonprofits that are committed to global sustainability. They are managers of low-income housing programs. They're documentary filmmakers who deal with racism. They come to me for coaching, and the 3 primary things that we talk about is, I don't take care of myself. I'm at the bottom of the list of all of my priorities. I don't know how to say no. I don't know how to set boundaries. That's 3. Ish, 3-ish. Elizabeth was a client of mine. She's the executive director of a nonprofit that deals with global sustainability issues. They have a $5 million budget, and they have 20 staff. She came to me to help her as a coach, for me to coach her to be more creative and to think more clearly about her work. She's an amazing person. She sits on an international board that deals with global health issues. She's really respected as a world leader in global health. She wanted to pay me out of her own pocket for the coaching because she didn't think that she deserved the coaching. She thought it was a personal issue, not something that the organization should pay for. She was afraid to ask her deputy assistant, who was a strong-willed man, for funds to pay for coaching. Who could Elizabeth be if she were to stand in her power? And what's the impact that she would have on global health if she were standing in her power? The second client is Amelia. She's a documentary filmmaker. She's first-generation American, and her parents were from the Middle East. And she's created a series of films about racism in her, as she knows it in her own life. She's brave, she's talented, and she wants to please everyone. She wants to please her director, she wants to please her parents, she wants to please her boyfriend, and so she doesn't step forward to take her power as far as she could go. What would happen to Amelia if she were to really stand in her power, and what's the impact that her work would have on racism? Who would these people be if they addressed issues from their feminine power? So despite our advances as women, we've been raised in a male-dominated culture. It's the air that we breathe, and sometimes we don't even notice how much it informs our perspective. What is needed is a program designed for women to live and lead from their feminine power. The implications of that would be personally and publicly make a shift in the world today. Thank you.
Perfect. Nice.